Okay, folks. This is, of course, the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. Where is Kevin? Do I have everybody in here? Oh, we lost Kevin. Hopefully he'll be back. Either way, MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. I'm Jeff S., True Knowledge in the house, co-host of the MCU's Bleeding Edge. I am just basically going to do intros and handle like a quick drop of the Miss Marvel trailer and the new Moon Knight like teaser trailer that we're going to react to. Then I'm going to pass the torch over to Jesse Starcher from the Rudge Broadcasting Network and let him go ahead and host the rest of the show. And he can go ahead and teach me a couple lessons and whatnot. You know, serve me up real quick.
Sure.
Right, Jesse?
Yeah, whatever you say, Jeff.
Just to school me real quick.
Whatever
There's Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
What's going on, guys?
There he is.
I'm having what I like to call the StreamYard glitch time, where my video is lagging along with my audio. Thank you, StreamYard, for telling us your product works and lying every time.
Well, at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't as bad as Sally's fucking driver's test.
Sally has a driver's test.
I have learned to shut the fuck up.
Like a glove.
Everybody.
Yo, Sally
Sally
fucked that car up so bad she became black.
No, I didn't. What?
She became transracial.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, Sally! You know that's kind of terrible. You'd be like, "No, I didn't." Embrace it. Embrace the blackness. What's wrong?
Anyways,
I'm so sorry.
That's a bad thing for something to happen.
That
was Jeff's daughter. That wasn't me.
Let me introduce my fabulous panel here, this eclectic panel. William, my good friend, it's good to see you, brother.
How you doing, man?
Hey, William is, of course, the host of the Geek Gauntlet podcast.
Yes.
He is a live streamer, just like I am, and he's a good friend of mine. And he decided to jump on here real quick and again step in with Jesse and whatnot and drop some lessons on people and shit and whatnot. So you don't fuck around. But hey, it's good to see you, William.
Good to be here, man. Thank you for having me
It's
back.
always good to see your face in the show, man. Always good to see your face, brother.
Thank you, man.
So hey, we got Sally the MCU girl back. She came out of the fucking the darkness or whatever and popped out real quick for a minute. What's up, Sally?
I don't drive. That's what's up.
I know. Fuck, I wouldn't drive either if I drove like that, man. Fuck that. I'd be done. I'd walk. I would just bike. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I get a skateboard or some shit.
Right,
so we
guys,
got Kevin.
Just so you guys know, I hate to interrupt you there, Jeff. Just so you know, I'm just going to turn my cam off because I feel like I'm doing what you call the poor man time travel with my. And the poor man time travel can only afford to time travel about 30 seconds to 1 minute if you catch.
Yeah. Just go straight
man.
audio. Just go straight audio.
I'm gonna go straight audio. Is my
yeah.
audio lagging or no? Is that fine?
No,
You're good.
You're good. Yeah.
The audio's fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes on
Just
StreamYard, you got to go just straight audio to get that shit right. This is how it is. But Kevin, really quick, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and whatnot? Just because, I mean, I just met you basically like 20 minutes ago, so I don't really know your bona fides and shit.
Yeah. No, thanks for giving me the floor there, man. Well, my name is Kevin Neary. I'm a comedian. I'm co-host of the Pod Guys podcast, regular host of Creating a Dialogue, where we go over more serious topics. But right now, we're here to talk about the Marvel world, right? The Marvel universe. Am I correct on that one?
Yep.
Danny J's got a cool look going on right there. He's got his sunglasses on at night. Big shout out to Danny J. Am I seeing that right, Danny J?
Yeah, you are.
The whole look going on. I'm appreciating it all around right there.
You know, I appreciate that, but as I told them off camera, these are scription. So I need these to see.
I need glasses to see too, but I can't find them anywhere.
Oh my God! You know, I feel like it's terrible because I feel like I just complimented somebody's wheelchair. Like, hey man, I like your ride, and they're like, I'm stuck like this forever.
Yeah,
oh my God.
At least I got spinners.
Fuck me. Then.
I only wear glasses to make myself less attractive, so that I don't bang somebody with it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You know what that does? You know what, Jeff? That sounds. Yeah, Jeff, that sounds like a white person's complaint on why they don't want to help out the poor. Like all they're gonna do is spend it on spinners for their wheelchairs.
There you go.
Jeffrey,
What the hell?
we all know you get women. We get it.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know I had glasses on. I'm blind now.
Anyways, we also got Renee back on the show. What's going on, Renee? Renee, you there?
Minute. Just all kind of oodles of things. I had my mic off there for a little bit.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
But I wanted to show Lady Death Lady. She has on a new outfit, and I cut it a little too short there. So I'm going to do a little magic reverse cam here.
Okay.
Let's see.
This is scary.
Let's see if I can. Oh, it won't do it.
Hey, we don't mind seeing that old bony snatch.
Let's see.
We don't mind.
Let me try
She's
it one
sexy.
more time. It says back camera.
Anyways,
Sexy
Renee
necrophilia.
is, of course, from sakar.freeforums.net, the podcast of champions, our good buddies over there and whatnot. And she is kicking it with her new iPad tonight, and she's very happy about it.
I have got a very new iPad. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. And everything so far so good. It's working really, really well. I'll just give it a big plug to this is an iPad Air Generation number 4. It was on sale at Best Buy, so I couldn't pass it up.
Nice.
I'm about to burp again.
And then, of course, next we've got Danny J, my old friend.
Oh, sorry.
Danny J, of course, is of DJB Productions Network. DJBProductionsNetwork.com is where you can find him.
Yep.
Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check out his content.
I appreciate it. Definitely a lot of content. It's a YouTube channel unlike any other because I have multiple genres of content on there. Everything from pro wrestling to comedy to music to horror, more. Even got some weird like Twilight Zone stuff on there as well. There's something for everybody on the channel. And if you don't like this, you'll like that. So I just hope you go on there, enjoy some videos, laugh a little bit, and then subscribe if you're so kind. Always appreciate the support.
There you go. And the star of the show, Jesse Starcher. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hey, yeah, I'm Jesse Starcher. I'm host of the Source Material Comics podcast on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. Do all sorts of other podcasts as well on the network. Metal Hammer of Doom, TV Party Tonight. Do a show called Unspoken Issues, which focuses on 90s comics. So all sorts of comic book related content there. And yeah, I'm glad to be here tonight.
Most definitely. And we are honored to have you here to moderate the show. I'm just going to jam out these quick trailer reactions and whatnot, and I'll just throw the rest of the shit to you, man. You can handle your business.
That sounds good.
Do it up.
All right, let's do it. So, hey, I guess I'll start off with the Miss Marvel trailer, and then we'll go ahead, and I'll just handle a quick reaction round on that. We'll check out the Moon Knight teaser trailer that came out. We'll do a quick, round of questions on that. Then I'll toss it to Jesse, and we'll get into the real theme of the show. If I can get my mouse to work.
True.
We'll see.
Get it,
Trackpad.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say, I get it.
You get what?
High school.
Kamala. Another adventure shirt. Cute. She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were a weirdo.
Boys. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey. Already? Really? Come on, like...
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there maybe they're right? I spend too much time in fantasy land.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's the fantasy too.
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
Kamala? What does it feel like?
Cosmic. I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do
even know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
Okay, I got to admit it. That last shot at the end of the trailer when she's sitting on that pole or whatever was really cool, and she is really cute. She is. Honestly, she is. But all right, so opening the floor to you, Danny J. What do you think of the Ms. Marvel trailer?
I hate her and everything about her. I hate the movie.
Wow.
I hate the show.
Thank you.
I think I want to unsubscribe from Disney Plus after that.
Oh God!
I can't get.
Thank you, Danny, for speaking the truth, my friend.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who liked that?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
what happened is
no, that was terrible. That was pandering. That was pandering at its worst. That was disgusting amount of pandering. That's basically
that's like begging for views, man.
It literally is.
I guess I'm the one who was in high school most recently.
It was, and you're right. The correct word is pandering because they've been trying to put someone of an Indian persuasion in something. Like, if you guys remember back, they were going to redo The Greatest American Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of having a guy teacher, they were going to have a young Indian woman.
Well, she's Muslim. She's Islamic. She's not an Indian.
Yeah,
she's
not
Muslim.
Indian.
Oh, I don't care what she is, to be honest with you. And I don't want to sound like I'm that guy, because I'm not. But I really don't give a shit about her, because one, she's got Mr. Fantastic's powers, so she's not even original. I hate her outfit. I hate her outfit.
Danny, do you mind if I
Facts.
If I was a bully, I would bully her.
Danny, do you mind if
Not that
I
bad. I'm not
interject?
that bad.
You're
I'm not
so
that bad.
mean.
No.
Stuff in a locker, man. Stuff in a locker.
But like,
You
you know
would
what
have
it is?
bullied me then too.
It's one of
in
those
high
things,
school.
you know, where I think for all of us who are of an older persuasion and grew up with a lot of comics and stuff like that,
Mhm.
this is really for the young audience. It really is.
Oh,
And
God.
granted, maybe
Yeah.
the young audience will kick onto it
Maybe.
and they actually will like it and they will find it fun and exciting. It is definitely not an Avengers movie.
Mm-mm.
I was not a
I
fan
agree.
of I was not a fan of Captain Marvel.
But
Keep that
Danny,
in mind too.
Who
Danny,
was?
Danny,
I don't
just like our conversation the other day when we talked about it,
Oh.
dude. Look, if people like me and you or William and whatnot are just going to step aside on this shit and whatnot, it is what it is. Let the kids enjoy it.
Well, and that's what it's going to be. I think what we're leading to.
Yeah, but it's more
in
than that.
a-
Hold on now. Hold on.
There's
Yeah,
a young
don't
Aven-
burn down the.
We're
don't
we're
burn down the
we're
theme
building
park.
the steps to a young Avengers, which I am not excited about.
Don't burn
And the
down
reason I'm
theme
not
park.
excited about it is that just like
You're
we of this
yeah,
age
yeah.
here, when we look at the
Renee,
generation
Renee,
below
I'll
us,
get you in next.
when we look at the generation below us, we have a tear in our eye, and not because we're proud of them, but because we're going to die soon. And that's pretty much what it is. And I feel that way about the Young Avengers. Okay, and Kevin Feige blew his load like he was with a cheap hooker in Las Vegas. With the MCU. That's what
All
I
right.
say on that.
All right, Renee, you're next.
Well, don't burn down the theme park because you ate the fucking kiddie ride. I mean,
Yeah.
I like that. Good one, Renee. Good one.
keep
Yes.
going. Head to Thunder Road if that's where you need to be.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's where you need to
I
be.
mean,
That's where you need to be.
Hey, hang on.
Hey, shut up. Well.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, I love it. Get him, Renee. Get him.
All right. Silence.
I'm loving this.
Oh hell! Now I don't know fucking train of thought. Never mind. Pass. Oh no, I was gonna say.
She's like, no, I don't like her either.
I'm not gonna. And
I can't hear a
whatever.
thing.
Hold on.
Great, but I'm not going to damn the thing. It's a kid's show, you know.
Okay,
It's like
Okay.
kicking a dog.
I get
kicking
your
a puppy.
point. I get your point, Renee. I get your point. Kevin.
Did I bring
What-
everybody to silence?
Nah.
Yes.
Kevin, you're next.
Yeah.
I think I've lost my audio.
Yeah.
No, we hear you.
No,
here.
you're good. You're good.
You're there.
You're
You're
good.
there.
You're there. We hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear anybody.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do I got some room? Do I got some room to speak real quick or
Go
no?
ahead, Kevin.
I didn't hear yes. I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you good.
So
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
this is Disney once again,
Yes.
right? This is
Disney
Disney once
101.
again writing terribly. It's almost like they're afraid to write for female characters. Okay, it's almost like they're always afraid to give a female character any flaw. And the biggest flaw that they're giving this girl, and this just shows Disney's racism, is that she is a minority. That's their biggest flaw for this girl right now. Is all I can see.
Yeah, I agree.
So there you go. Her ethnicity is Pakistani. Religion is Islam. Two different things. Thank you, Andrew. Great idea. But Disney never writes for women. Whenever Disney writes for women, they do two things. They don't give her a personality, and they don't give her flaws. Captain Marvel, no personality, no flaws. Rey, totally relatable if she had a personality or if she had any flaws from the Star Wars theme. Okay. Now this new character this new character coming out, I couldn't even tell you what the damn theme is. I'm just staring at it like it's a brought to you by Disney. Here's a little movie we're going to throw out there. Only you're paying for it this time, even harder than you did for cable in the 90s. Sort of should have been a mini series. Instead, it's a movie.
Yeah.
But
okay.
That's basically what I have to say about the damn thing. It's based in high school, and Renee, I totally understand where you're coming with. You don't burn down the theme park just because they have some kids' rides there, which is fine. But these kids aren't really interested in Marvel too much. The only people interested in Marvel is, well, what the hell is the average age group here, guys? About 38,
I'm
right?
22.
Okay.
You're 22. Okay. I'm saying average. We'll average it out.
All right. Let's move it down the table. Jesse Starcher.
Yeah, so I certainly don't have the strongest feelings as you guys do about this show. I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it because I absolutely want to. Most likely, it's just because it'll be something that my kid wants to watch, and I'll sit down and enjoy it with them. But yeah, I don't know anything really about that character. I don't know. I've seen the comic books with the and the covers with her on it, but I don't really know a whole lot. So it definitely has that. It definitely has that childlike vibe to it, or teenage like vibe.
Teenage angst.
Yeah, and
She's a teenage girl. What do you expect?
we just finished up a show on an unbeatable squirrel girl. Okay, and that's all of a sudden when I saw what was going on in that trailer, it reminded me a lot of what we read in that unbeatable squirrel girl book. And there's a lot of it's by Ryan North. It's real funny. It's a lot of humor, but it was very similar.
Don't they team up in the comics?
It possibly. I don't know. Man.
Jeff, don't they team up in the comics though? Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl.
I think so.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Sounds like a shit show.
Well, Misery Loves Company.
If you go back and look at the shows, if you go back and look at the animated shows on the Disney Plus, they team up.
Hey, it sounds like a very good hypothetical threesome as far as I'm concerned.
Right then.
Jeff, they're teenagers.
Oh, the two girls and the squirrel? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Talk about nuts.
Yeah.
Hey,
beat me to it.
No, listen, when a chick is half squirrel.
Awesome show. Let's keep radio gold. Let's keep this thing going, buddy.
There's no rules, bro. There's no rules.
Radio gold.
Yo, anyway,
for whatever Disney has done, they have stolen.
Yeah.
Sally, the MCU girl. Sally, the MCU girl. You're next, Miss Marvel.
I feel like I'm the only one who liked it, and only because I'm the youngest, because I was in high school most recently, and I was like this child. I was like this girl.
You know what, though? She makes a good point, though, and I'll tell you a reason why. And I don't mean to step on you, Sally, but she makes a very good point, because a lot of stuff, if you look at the CW, now we're getting out of Marvel, going into DC, of course, and stuff like that.
Yes.
If you look at Cartoon Network, everything is trying to relate to the audience of the young people. And when I say by the young people, they're still looking at merchandising. They're still looking at marketing. And what you're talking about, these are the people that want to buy the toys, they want to buy the action figures, want to buy the dolls, they want to buy the ships, they want to buy the Legos. Okay.
All of you to assume I don't want to buy all that.
Well, I hope you don't.
It's also Sally's demographic. Sally's a young woman, and the character so happens to be a young woman. I mean, as Sally might come out to be. It's just girls
but
also
like,
seem to
it's
be
just
an
relatable
outsider
to
in
me
this
because
thing.
when I was in high school, I wanted to be Peggy Carter in high school.
Let's let Sally give her take and whatnot, because at the end of the day, she is younger, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and I expect her to have a different opinion on this.
Sure.
So, when I was in middle school, high school, that was when I became obsessed with Marvel, like 7th grade. My everyday was coming home and watching Marvel movies. So this little girl who is like in high school, junior in high school at most, being able to become a superhero was like my dream back then.
Right.
And same with the actress, really. The actress, how old is she anyway? Like 17, 18?
My dream was to be a gynecologist.
Yes.
Congrats.
Gyno Man. That was his superhero name, Gyno Man.
He's still working on it.
But he wound up being a proctologist.
Procto Man.
I thought he ended up being a sex offender. I don't know, man. That sounds like
No,
something
man.
like a sex offender.
No, in my former life,
He's on the list.
I was a gynecologist. I was almost up for the Nobel Peace Prize and shit, but unfortunately, I was like so good at my job that like I was ruining marriages and shit and whatnot because I was giving these women all these crazy, multiple, fucking insane, savage orgasms and shit just doing my job.
That's malpractice.
That
would be great if you were a Jehovah.
You were searching for the traveling womb of hysteria.
It'd be great if you were like a Jehovah Witness and a sex offender at the same time. You just knock on one door and be like,
that's every Jehovah's Witness, man.
By the way, I'm a sex offender.
I have offensive sex.
Sometimes I wonder if people think I wear this just like a prop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wear this as just to fool people or something.
Oh God.
But anyway,
to attract nuns.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, William.
Well, I am a demon, so I need to look away.
William,
yes.
Round it out, man. Wrap it up.
My concern, and I think me and you talked about it once before, Jeff. My concern is, was she a strong enough character, or is she a strong enough character to hold a movie down on her own? That's always been my issue. Another thing that's kind of bothering me with what we're doing today, we bringing out these characters just to do it. Just to do it, just to give them representation. We're not putting anything solid behind them so they can be solid and stick around for a little bit for you to invest in. Because when you start watching these characters, if people don't relate, if people don't invest, they're gonna die off quick, and you're not gonna care about them. And look, if you go back and look at the at comic book sales. Sally's age is not the one primarily buying comic books. No. It's probably white predominant males between 25 and 35 is buying comics. You can look it up. So it's just that.
No, you're right, William. William, do you think that they're trying to do a different money grab and reach out to a different form of money there, like a different?
I think they are.
Younger
I think
well, you know what?
I think they are. And this isn't the only time you've seen it, because if you go back and look at Young Justice, which is about to make its return, Young Justice is premised off the same thing. So
Well, you know what though? I did on a show where I talked about like the CW, the Arrowverse, right? They do.
We talk about them too.
They have gay representation on every single show.
Yep.
Now, in real life, I don't know that many gay people as they know. They know everybody's gay on the show. And I'm not I'm a supporter of gay rights and everything. So this is not a hate thing. But I'm like, I like reality for a second. And I said, and I had a show on, and I had a gentleman that I'm really close friends with who is gay. And I said, listen, if you're a superhero and this building's falling down on top of me, you swoop down, you're holding that building up from crushing me, the last thing I care about is who you're dating.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's a good point. And that's a good point. But because if you go back, and look at Supergirl, if you go back and look at Supergirl, you go back and look at Dreamer, yeah, trans, whatever the case may be, but if you didn't put anything solid behind her, she wouldn't mattered in the first place.
No.
So
we're playing in comic book land to begin with. So like okay, so you have all those good looking people in the same town, and you don't have one disgusting looking person in the whole entire town. Give me a break. There's more.
Bro, go back and
couple homosexual characters and a couple here and there. I'm not even worried about it. At least then I could say maybe everyone in the town is gay, and that's why they all look so damn good.
Go back and to your point, go back and look at Batwoman. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
It's like watching
folks.
a dating show that isn't 90 Day Fiance. Where are all the ugly people?
Okay. All right, everybody. Listen, we're moving on. Moon Knight trailer next.
Very nice
Yay.
point.
Hey, thank you.
Moon Knight trailer next.
That's a good point.
And then it's going to be Jesse Starcher time.
Stephen. What are you? Are you like living inside of me? It's a little more complicated than that.
Mark, you look different.
We protect the vulnerable and deliver justice. This is the best, worst day of my life.
Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, only on Disney+.
Stephen, you weren't supposed to see any of this. What are you? You sure you want to know? I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams. Am I like some sort of secret agent? It's a little more complicated than that.
Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, only on Disney+.
There's chaos in you. The fun of Moon Knight is getting introduced to a new superhero in a new world.
It's a real, legitimate character study. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Moon Knight is a spectacular character. He's got an incredibly unique visual look.
Our job was to kind of put a lens on the things that had the most dramatic juice and ultimately take the mental health aspect incredibly seriously. I am Stephen.
The way we're tackling the story, we learn about Stephen and then learn about Mark.
What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
And they're the same person.
The tone is like Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. It's a bit dark at times. To tie it into something so vast and supernatural, it's amazing. Thank you.
Every aspect of this show has a duality, and we've shifted the paradigm.
For me, what's really exciting is that it's totally unpredictable.
Okay.
I want to cosplay him so bad.
I want to put it out there right now. Before I go around everybody, I just want to say on my own behalf that, all right, whatever. So we'll say whatever about Miss Marvel. That series looks fucking good. It looks
Hell
good.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
It really looks good. So, like, hey, at the end of the day, hopefully shit will balance out. You know what I mean? We'll get a good show out of it. You know, it looks good. You know, it's well casted, I think. And I love how they're doing Moon Knight with the digital effects and everything and whatnot. It looks awesome. And the accent that Oscar Isaac is doing is great. I love it.
Yes.
But listen, Jesse Starcher, starting off with you. Thoughts on that Moon Knight trailer?
Well, that looks exciting. I'm all about watching some Moon Knight. Enjoyed what I've read of the character, so I can't wait to see it brought to life on the screen. It'll be a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be action-packed. I love the mental health aspect of it, too, that's going to be, on the forefront of it. So it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome, Sally.
I like it.
Important to me.
Short and sweet. William, you're next.
I think it's going to be amazing, man. I had my questions. I had my doubts going into it because of its rating and it's being on Disney Plus. But I think it's going to be great, man. The acting looks good. The visual effects looks good. And like I said, that costume that he's wearing, oh, that thing looks lit. I want to cosplay him so freaking bad. But it's going to be a good show. It's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be an awesome show.
Okay, you heard it, Renee.
Oh yeah. I've seen this couple of times, and I've said it before on some other shows, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this might even be the best Disney Plus series yet.
Heck yeah.
Remains to be seen, but it sort of maybe shaping up to be that way. You know, Oscar Isaac is just fantastic, and Ethan Hawke and all the folks that they have on it. I don't know a lot about the new Moon Knight character, so this is all going to be new to me, and I'm looking forward to that aspect.
That's right, most definitely. Sally, the MCU girl.
I'm really excited for it because DID. I like seeing good representation of mental health. And also because it just looks like a good show. It looks really well done.
It does.
And I also want to cosplay Moon Knight.
Okay,
there you go.
Can I piggyback on that for one quick second?
Yeah.
It's good to see that a male is going through that, not because of the fact he is going through it, but because of the fact as males, we never admit to when we need help or when something is wrong. And mental health and mental health is just as important to a man than to a woman. And it's good to see to have a character who has to deal with that, because it puts a little bit of realism in the character. So that's a good point, Sally. Good point.
We should really normalize that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Hardcore like street type black chicks that are bipolar at the same time are fucking great to hang out with and shit and chill with. We should like endorse that all the time. They're the best. You know what I'm saying?
My best friend is a black chick who's bipolar.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
There you go.
Man. Watch out.
She'll be on next week's show.
I'm bipolar too.
She'll be on next week's show.
No,
Right. I mean, I could really get into it if you really wanted me to about how our government is really built against people to actually cause any kind of mental illness in people. But that's a whole other discussion. We're on to Moon Knight, so I'll stick to that idea. What I will say is that Moon Knight seems to be a very fun show to write because they can't really get it wrong. Okay, so look at it like this. Moon Knight follows Stephen Grant, a mild-mannered gift shop employee who becomes plagued with blackouts. Now, just think how much stuff is going to be written in between a blackouts. Okay, think about that. Think about that. Just for a second. Now, how many? Now, this is. Now, hold on. This is almost like a cheap time travel if you think about it. Okay, because blackouts and time travel, the one thing that the viewer always loses is track of the plot and the scene. So whatever happens from that point after the fact could always be made up right in the middle, so it feels cheap in that aspect, okay?
Right.
Now, I know the costume looks great. The character and the costume look pretty cool, which visually is a big payoff. And the script can always write itself, which for me feels like a cheat code, if you understand that a little bit. Like, how a cheat code is if you guys, I'm pretty sure, I don't know you guys really that well, but I'm pretty sure we've all played a video game with some cheat codes, right? If that's familiar language, right?
Yes.
So if I'm a writer on Moon Knight, and I could practically do anything. So here's the one thing. It says Stephen discovers he has dissociative identity. Well,
Kevin, I've never used a cheat code. I've never used a cheat code in the video game in my entire life.
I mean,
come on,
man.
Sure,
I can mod the Sims 4,
man.
really. I cheated that all the fucking time.
Come on, man.
I agree, Jeff. You've never used a cheat code?
Come on, man. You never even used a contra code?
Yeah, come on. Everybody's used the contra code.
Everybody use a contra code.
I use that when I'm in a buffet.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, The Sims 4 better watch the fuck out because I cheated that a lot.
So I'm sure, guys, you understand where I'm coming from a writer's aspect. This is going to be a breeze because you can literally. You can do exactly what Disney does with most of their characters. And this is why Disney particularly wanted to buy off Star Wars, because they didn't really care about killing off characters because you could always be a Force ghost. Regarding the mental illness factor, right? They say that he has dissociative identity disorder. Now, I understand everyone's pumped up over the addressing of mental illness, but in this aspect, Disney is using it more as an exploitation factor. like bipolar, or by the way, he's got schizophrenia, or DC Comics did it with the Joker thing. That way they could just they could throw two things in the garbage. They could say, oh, well, the reason he's like this is because of society and it's fucked up and blankety blank. And then you get to fill in your own blanks, because most people, all like ourselves, have a mental illness because of Disney hanging out with the DuPont company, polluting the fucking world. But that's a different subject. We're on to Moon Knight, right? It's like Disney.
That's a different show for another day.
Danny J, wrap it up.
Okay, I'll give you a clue of what I'm talking about then. So Disney and the DuPont Chemicals Company pollute the fucking world, which pollution the environment around us.
Kevin.
I'm not trying to talk.
I just called on Danny, bro.
Attica. No,
I'm sorry. I was trying to finish up my point.
I actually know.
Hey, I'm sorry, dude, but I mean, come on, man. We gotta have a flow here, man. That's how the show has to work, bro.
You're passionate.
Yeah. No, go.
Well, first off, I love this so much better than Ms. Marvel. I hope he beats her up. I really do. I hope they fight and they just destroys her. No, but seriously though, I think it's so refreshing. And I don't know about if this hits anybody else. If you want to seek, I'll say it and you could think it. But it really bothers me how well British people do American accents. So I think it's great that this American is able to do a British accent. Okay, first off. All right, let's give kudos to that first off. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
Because I think that I find that very shady that they can fucking change their voice like that. I can't. Okay. This is the way I sound. Period.
Sort of can.
No, but I think once again, this looks great. They have a really good habit of doing a lot in 6 episodes. We talked about this in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They can pack a lot into a 60-minute episode, which is very cool. So you will get a lot out of this series. I think visually it looks phenomenal. I think we're going to get a very unique character. And it came out right around the greatest time with the Batman coming out, because Moon Knight is a Marvel kind of mirror of Batman in a weird little way, as people say. It's kind of like a combination of Dr. Fate and Batman, very dark. He's a regular guy, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of like that aspect as well. It gives Marvel a chance to be a little darker than it usually is, which is kind of cool. And I think we could push the limits a little bit, regardless of the rating, with this kind of thing, just with the dark issues, dealing with the mental health issues. Maybe they'll even put a positive light on it based on, how he deals with it. But I would be okay if there's not a positive light or a negative light for that matter. He just happens to have this issue, and that's just the way the character is.
Okay. Excellent. All right, let's move on. Let's get on. Let's do the actual show at this point. Let's get into
jeez.
Let's get
45 minutes in.
Let's
get
in
the ring.
I'm going to toss it over to Jesse, but real quick before I do, just supporting women's sports out there. We want to run an advertisement.
Oh God.
Here we go.
I'm scared.
Oh, if it'll play.
How long is it? How long is it going to be?
15 seconds. There you go.
Where did you get that? The fucking Super Bowl?
That is supporting women's sports every day on the Bleeding Edge. There you go,
Nice.
Jesse.
Very nice. Great lead in right there.
Yep, that's how I do it.
Very, very classy.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Did you like
I
that?
think it was
Kevin?
supporting transgenders who were going into women's sports there for a second, but that's just me. I don't know.
You know what, Jeff? Real quick, Jeff, before we get started, move Jesse down and move Kevin up into the corner because we're missing Jesse's head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse's Jesse's head is cut off by the mind of creativity.
Since Kevin's using
Not a
it-
whole lot up here
No,
anyway.
just move.
Put
Just
that
drag Kevin up
Put
to
me
the
up in
corner.
the corner there.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, drag
wait a minute.
I want
Yeah,
to
let Kevin be in the corner.
Kevin or Renee, either or.
Let's put
Yeah,
Kevin
put
in
me on the
corner.
corner there. Do
Nobody
what you're
puts
gonna
Renee
do.
in the corner.
Time
No
out
one-
for Kevin.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Hey, I think I like this right here. Is this good?
Okay,
No, that's good.
And William is the center square.
There you go.
There you go.
Ah!
The center's the best, baby. Yeah.
All right, Jesse. It's
No,
your
the
show.
edge
We
is
look
a-
like the Brady Bunch, but the house smells like resin and feet. You know?
Right.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, hey, okay. So, the idea I threw out there was to do our top 3 MCU supporting characters. All right, you could do the films, TV series, for so long as I guess it folds in there with the MCU some way. So what we'll do is we'll go around. I've got the list here of everybody I think that's participating, and we'll start at number 3. We'll go around, and if somebody, so I what I think we'll do is like just say who it's going to be, and then if anybody has it higher on their list, we'll table that, and then when we get to that number, and we'll let everybody talk about it at that point, because I don't want to if somebody has it higher, we'll wait so they have their opportunity to talk as well. So Jeff, we're going to start with you, buddy. Number 3, top MCU supporting character. Who do you got?
It's a tie.
Oh, it's a tie.
I'm gonna go with
6 people.
I'm gonna go with Sam Wilson, the Falcon, and Black Widow and Captain America: Winter Soldier as like my number 3.
Okay,
we're going 3-1, right? So
that's right.
My 3.
Okay.
Anybody have that higher on their list?
No.
I don't have either on my list.
All right, Jeff, why don't you tell us why, buddy?
Okay, just real quick. I'll try to keep it short. Essentially, at the end of the day, I think we all will probably agree that without Sam Wilson Falcon and without Black Widow in that movie, it would not be as popular. It would not be considered, in like the top 3 or the top 1 or 2 or 5, like all MCU films on most lists. Without them, the movie would not have worked. It wouldn't have flowed the way it did. And honestly, I feel like realistically, Anthony Mackie as the Falcon was undervalued in every fucking like spot he was in the MCU. Every fucking time he was in a movie.
I love him.
You know what I mean? Like, he didn't get enough. He didn't get enough credit for anything like he did really as a Falcon and whatnot. He was always solid. He never got a lot of screen time. You know what I mean? And and at the end of the day, you got to give fucking ScarJo props, because as far as Black Widow goes, she impacted the Marvel Cinematic Universe like deeply.
Yeah,
with her roles in
her
different films. I mean, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she really, like, honestly was a really, really integral major cog of like that core 6 group, the original Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and at the end of the day, the way that she was able to have like a rapport with Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Winter Soldier, and have it work the way it did and whatnot and everything and whatnot, to where like it wasn't romantic. It was kind of slightly romantic. You know what I mean? Like there was some flirtation. You know
completely
what I mean?
platonic. They're flirting with one-sided.
No, I mean, but I mean, look, she's a beautiful woman. So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, they were just friends. You know what I'm saying? And like, they had like a really cool dynamic in the film, and without it just wouldn't be the same movie. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
All right, Danny J, you're up.
So what? Wait, no, Jeff, it was a little choppy on your end. I don't want to. All right, go. Okay.
No, you're all right, dude. Go ahead.
Well,
okay. So Jeff, you think that it wouldn't be the same movie if not for Captain America hanging out with the Falcon, or what was that? I'm sorry.
No,
I caught very little of it.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier would not be the masterpiece that it is if you took out those 2 vital parts, those 2 vital aspects of the film. Sam Wilson, the Falcon, as Sam's like buddy in the movie and whatnot, and that Black Widow and the dynamic that Black Widow has with Steve Rogers in the film.
Yeah,
I liked the Winter Soldier, but I think that Sam was more of a emotional anchor trope towards Captain America, and Black Widow had more of a predominant role as an Avenger after the fact, and then Sam's character was like a afterthought from after the fact, because it's normally whenever Disney writes for an African American actor, they do the same thing. They get nervous and they don't really want to give
the black savior best friend trope.
Yeah.
Well, I think the actor did a solid job. But I think you could. I think it's an easily replaceable thing, right? They could have given him like an older friend that didn't get frozen the fuck out of, and said, "Hey, I'm still alive here," right?
Hold on a minute, Kevin. I want to make shit clear right now, right?
I can hear you just fine, Jeff. I can hear you just fine.
You see that poster right there? You see that poster right there? That's Sam Wilson, Captain America, brah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about that shit, dude.
Brah.
That motherfucker, he deserves respect.
I'm not wearing a bra.
He said he deserves respect. Jeff getting emotional. He said respect.
Oh yeah.
That brother deserves respect.
That dude earned his shit. He earned his respect.
Yo, Anthony Mackie has a restraining order on Jeff right now. I know that.
No, but Kevin, seriously, man. Like, look, I respect your opinion and whatnot and everything and shit, but I'm totally all in. I'm like, Sam Wilson, Captain America, man. Like, I love him, dude. I think he's awesome.
Same.
All right, Danny J, you're up, man.
Right.
What do you got?
Well, you know what? When this was proposed to me offline, I said this was kind of hard because Kevin Feige and the Marvel Universe actually made it so that every single character you see is very prominent. So it's very, very hard to say who's a secondary character, you know? So now it's going down to preference. It's going down to who do I like, who do I don't like, etc.
Right.
I'm going to go with my number 3, Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Going all the way back to Netflix series.
Holy shit.
Okay. Now here's a character. Here's a character I knew nothing about. I knew nothing about at all. I said, who the fuck is she? Then I was like, oh, she dated Luke Cage. Well, I know who Luke Cage is, but who the fuck is he? You know, I mean, I know who he is, but I'm like, whatever. You know, I'm like, so she's his girlfriend. Who cares, right? So then I watched the show, and I'm like, here is a really neat character. She's as strong as the Hulk. She's a detective who's a drunk. She's street level, and the actress who plays her has a great ass. I'm just saying that right off the bat. Okay, so
number 3 worthy ass.
Yeah, number 3 worthy ass. But no, I just thought the character it was great and refreshing because she's a hero, but she's fucked up.
Yeah.
She's fucked up in a way where
She got issues.
She's got a lot of issues. She's a deplorable character. Like she's not the best person. But she has best intentions, and she uses her powers to do best intentions when she could just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is great about her, and that's what I think is redeeming about her, is that deep down, she just wants to be a normal person, and she's not. So she's making do with it. Meanwhile, she's a drunk. She's got a lot of issues. She's got mommy issues, daddy issues, etc. And
friend issues.
Best friend issues. She can't hold a relationship because she's self-loathing. So therefore, she can't do for anybody. She didn't do right by Luke Cage. She didn't do right by there was the kid down the hall.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Who I think could have gotten with her, but he didn't. And then there's the guy with the kid, who she didn't do right by him at all.
Nope.
Who was the other guy down the hall?
Who loved her?
Who did love her? Right. Yeah. So. I think as a number 3, this is a standout character because you know what? On the street level, that bitch was representing.
Okay. Thanks. Right, very good. Very good. All right, Sally, number 3.
So before I start, have any of you seen Agent Carter? Because this character is...
Yeah, I've seen.
I have not.
Okay.
So, but
so she's not a spoiler, just to clarify. She's not that big.
Right.
Angie Martinelli, she works at a coffee shop, and I'm not sure if this is a cop-out, but she's just adorable. And she's a good way to show the world outside of the SSR. To show Peggy having a life outside of the office.
Right.
And the friendship between the actresses was also just so cute to watch in 2016.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Kevin. Number 3.
Okay, so I have down the baddest of all. Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury. Come on, now. Everybody has that. He's a side character. Total anchor. He is the Black Professor X of anybody, masterminding this whole entire Avengers idea, manipulating, faking his death in through every movie, ageless wonder, and obviously CGI was added towards the Captain Marvel movie. But no, I have him down as the secondary character towards all of the main characters, because as Danny pointed out, the characters are all written with primary roles and with the intention of having their own movie. But Nick Fury will never have his own movie. Well, you know what? I'm going to retract that. Never say never, because Disney has a hold of it now, and they'll probably suck the goddamn life out of it and be like, Nick Fury, the series. And they'll get a younger looking dude with a shaved head, and they'll be like, this is what Samuel L. Jackson would have looked like. Am I right?
They'll be young
series.
So I have
and then he'll cuss out the goddamn mouse.
Yeah, so I have Nick Fury down. Yeah, and that's just the number 3 there.
Okay.
And you know, it's even though it is kind of lame that you realize that the way that he did lose his eye was because of a stupid cat. Thank you for just writing lazy in Captain Marvel. Like, they're like, Captain Marvel, so what's this going to be? Filler, but it's not going to feel like filler. It's like, all right.
Well, it was an alien cat. It's just
He's a
at least it wasn't a normal cat.
Flurkin.
Yeah.
Flurkin.
Yeah.
Flock of flurkins.
At least it wasn't a normal cat.
Goose was part of the. He was part of, I believe, or she was part of the comics.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, solid choice. Solid choice. Nick Fury. I like it. All right, Will. Number 3, supporting MCU character.
My number 3 is Shuri.
Shuri.
You don't have a Black Panther movie without Shuri. You don't potentially have a sequel without Shuri. Shuri does everything for him to make him a hero. And I just think that she's gonna come up big time if they decide to make her Black Panther like they did in the comic. So she's my number 3 for that reason. Without her, there is no Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
All right. Hey, I'm throwing mine out here. Okay. Michael Pena as Lewis in the Ant-Man movie.
You know what? I almost went there. I almost went there.
Oh my god, I love him.
I almost went there, man.
I mean, dude's helping out Scott Lang, you know, as best as he can.
Like a beast,
and he's
man.
king of the recap. Is he not?
Yes.
King of the recap.
Yeah.
So
I want to watch him recap the entire MCU.
Hey,
right.
I just want to point out, I volunteer Sally to step in and be Black Panther and Black Panther 2, because, I mean, look, we already saw her become transracial earlier in the crash scene.
I'm not
true.
I need to know how you pulled that off.
That'd be amazing.
I'm good at.
She's really
I'm kind of an actor, but I'm not that good.
Scroll.
She's a scroll.
I love it.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Yep.
I played Mrs. Lovett in high school, but I'm not
We have
that
a scroll
much of an
among
actor.
us.
Love it.
Oh, come on, Sally.
We have a scroll among us, y'all.
Sally, I take it easy on you. I'm telling you.
I know.
All right, Renee. Number 3. supporting
Number 3.
MCU.
At number 3, it is the Tesseract. The cube.
The cube. All right.
Yes.
That's an interesting pick.
Oh, the cube itself. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, because if you remember it.
Hey, hats off to Renee. Hats off to Renee.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Because it does have an intelligence. I mean, I think in the Avengers, Selvig, while he's still under the spell of Loki, he actually communicates with it and calls it a she and things like that. So and it has been there sort of all the way through the MCU. You know, more or less. Maybe it goes not so much in some movies, but even Iron Man, you have to remember Tony Stark's father had the Tesseract in his possession at one time, and you know, was probably made a pretty good dime off what technology he could get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So and then it's flowing through. It's the one thing, if you notice in the Loki, when they have all the jewels, the Infinity Stones that just from everywhere, they only have one Tesseract. So this particular Space Stone is still inside its containment vessel, where the other stones are not. Mm-hmm. So I think perhaps down in season 2 we may see a little bit more activity from it.
I love it.
And also, the Tesseract would be a better host of a show than Chris over on MCU Mondays ever could be.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like there's some bad blood there or something. I don't know.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know about it.
All right. Good first round here. The number 3s are out of the way. Let's get into number 2. We'll start back up at the top. Jeff, Tell us the number 2.
I'm telling you right now, I hate doing this right now. I'm telling you because literally, if you came at me in 2 weeks from now and you asked me to do my 3 list again, I'd probably pick 3 different fucking
change.
things.
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
I would.
I hear you.
I mean, come on. There's so many freaking awesome secondary characters and supporting characters that have been in so many different fucking productions and whatnot with Marvel Studios.
Right.
It's so hard to like just pick 3. But I guess I would probably have to go with legitimately Sylvie. Female Loki from the Loki Disney Plus series.
Almost made my list.
Lita
Really
DiMartino.
haven't seen that. I still haven't finished that.
What is her name? Is it Lisa DiMartino?
Got me.
Maybe.
Either way. She was like literally standout. Like she was. Like, I mean, she was the Monica Rambeau of that series, without question. And she outacted Tom Hiddleston at some points.
Right.
You know? So, you know, what that means in terms of the tea leaves and shit, as far as like what her future in the MCU is going to be, I don't think it really is. Whatever, we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you this: I wouldn't be surprised if when we get the 2nd season of Loki, she's a major character in that season too. Probably, I would think they keep her around.
Oh yeah,
and it could be really interesting. You know what I mean?
She's
good.
It
Sophia DiMartino.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Danny J.
All right, so I went with Netflix series first, and now I'm going to go a complete opposite direction to keep you guys guessing. This is one of my favorite characters in Marvel. Forget about the MCU, just in Marvel. All right, and this is not a hero. This is a villain. I'm going with the Red Skull.
I knew somebody would do that. I knew somebody would do that.
And Hugo Weaving played the Red Skull so amazingly well. It translated so well, so much better than the 1992 version where he was Italian and then ended up growing like a wop, you know, a quaff or whatever you want to call that thing there. He was just so good. I loved his character, and if I go back to the animated series, I loved when they made him the armored the armored skull or something to that. I forget what they called him, but he got one of Tony Stark's armor.
Oh, really?
And he used it to because his body was like frail.
Yeah, he was dying from the super soldier serum.
Right. So he became like the Dark Skull or something shit like that. And
Iron Skull.
The Iron Skull. Thank you.
The Red Skull.
The Iron Skull. The Red Skull. Such an underused character because we only really got him in one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a mascot in Endgame and in the other one.
Right.
He's the keeper of the Soul Stone.
Right. And it's like, oh, well, that's really like karma hitting this guy in the ass, right?
Yeah.
Which a really cool fun fact is that the guy who plays Aaron on The Walking Dead is who played him in Endgame and the other movie. And what he was actually doing was he was not doing the Red Skull. He was impersonating Hugo Weaving doing the Red Skull, which I thought was amazing.
That's so cool.
And Danny, he went to high school right here where I live in Sarasota County, Florida.
There you go. See?
No kidding.
But like, it's just a great character. I think the like you never get tired of his evil, and he's that kind of evil that you're like, yeah, we really got to stop this guy because some guys you're like, well, you know what, Baron Zemo.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah, you know, Well, you got Gary Shangley. He was like in Hydra, so he was funny.
Yeah, I fucking love Zemo.
They could have been that bad. It was just
he was good.
Listen, just real quick, guys. I can't fit this on my list. I'm sure nobody else will be able to either. But somebody has to shout out Justin Hammer and Iron Man 2, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. But yeah, Red Skull for me, I think underused, and it was a big bad that should be returning often, I think.
Okay. So is there going to be a theme here when we get to number 1? You're going to throw us another curveball and go somewhere else? Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going with Jeff's, Gyno Man.
Yeah.
All right, Sally, let us know what number 2 is here.
It's been Agatha all along.
I
was so invested in her, and because Agatha,
Okay.
Agnes. WandaVision.
Villain again.
Why didn't you go with Monica Rambeau?
Because
only you like her.
Only what? Monica. I wasn't as invested in her because I was curious about Agnes, and then Agatha being the big bad villain was. I didn't expect it, to be honest, and I know comic book fans did, but I'm personally more into the movies than the comics because they hold my attention more.
Right.
But I also like her theme song.
Oh yeah,
it's the perfect balance of
great.
sinister and catchy.
Right. Yeah, that's a real solid pick. I mean, I think she was as silly as she was, and then all of a sudden she's like this mean, and she gets mean in that series, and you're like, she's definitely an imposing villain.
I really just wanted to know more because it didn't make sense. None of Wanda's other neighbors would come visit her. None of them would be interacting with her.
Right.
And then other than Monica.
I felt like, honestly, there was so much hype during WandaVision that it was almost kind of deflating in a way when it ended up being that Agatha was the main villain of the show.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But at the same time, though, honestly, I forget the actress's name, but...
Catherine Hahn.
Yes, Catherine Hahn. She did a wonderful job with the role.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin, let's hear it, buddy. Number 2.
Okay, guys, you might find this one a little controversial.
Controversial.
Okay?
Let's go.
Buckle your seatbelts. A little controversial. I am picking the Punisher's family.
Okay.
Aren't they all dead?
They are all dead, but they are side characters for a hot minute. And there's a lot of them. And
Well,
they
which
all
ones are you
end
talking
up
about?
dying.
You got Thomas Jane?
Literally all of the Punisher's family. The Travolta Punisher. The worst
I love
Punisher.
that movie. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love that movie.
Well,
nice.
Travolta needed to be in that movie as much as he needed to play John Gotti.
Yes.
The way the family died was literally, it's almost like they learned how to dodge the same way a turkey did. Okay? They didn't. They didn't. Destroyed.
And some of them were
was
cops.
like Dick Cheney and his friends could have came down and shot them with shotguns. They were screwed. And they were on an island. I'm giving it to all those side characters, though, because worst deaths, least convincing deaths in a movie, right off the bat. This guy is ex-CIA, and he goes to an unarmed island? The fuck I'm believing that. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And John Travolta practically just played Nicolas Cage's character from Face Off. That's his acting range right there, where there wasn't any. So let's
I got
give it
news
up
for
for
you.
the
If I didn't have the Red
Punisher's
Skull, I
family.
would have had John Travolta's character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
I only know him as that pussy from Grease.
Because
Pussy from Grease.
if not for the Punisher family, there's no one to punish. Right?
That's right. That's right, damn it.
If his whole family doesn't now look at how much of a scumbag the Punisher is. He needed his whole entire family to be murdered before he starts doing anything good for anybody. You gotta be a fucked up scumbag right off the bat. Seriously, you need your stimulation to be a superhero. You need your whole family murdered. God damn it! All Superman needed was be abandoned in Kansas and realize he was goddamn flying around. Tony Stark needed millions of dollars or whatever the hell, but he need his whole family murdered in front of him while he
Tony Stark
cowardly left them and said, "I'm going to start punishing."
Tony Stark needed to have something bad happen to have him realize that he shouldn't be selling weapons.
He was on the verge of dying all the time because he didn't keep that thing in his chest.
It's funny you say about the family. Because
You know what, Sally? You bring up a good point. He was.
Bruce Wayne only needed his parents to die. The Punisher needed 35 people.
And you know what?
The whole
Danny, I'll give you that because Bruce Wayne. You know who's the bigger scumbag in the whole Bruce Wayne thing? Alfred. Alfred was the biggest scumbag of all. Because you take that kid to therapy, all right?
I don't get it.
Say, like, go ahead, build a fucking bat cave. You do whatever you want with your money. I'm just collecting a check here while living in your house. All right, take the kid to fucking therapy. His parents just got shot. Also, the police don't trust the butler to raise a kid. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on, man.
Yeah.
There's terrible plot holes in the Batman, but I'm picking the Punisher's family, and I'm sticking to it.
That was fun to write down. Like, I'm keeping track here. Like, I'm writing down as we go down, and writing the Punisher's family just felt strange, but it's on the list. All right. All right, Will. Let's hear it, man. Number 2.
Number 2 for me would be Ned Leeds.
Good pick.
Oh, I love that.
I love
Ned
him.
Leeds.
Yeah.
Good pick, Liam. Good pick.
I think that he without him supporting Peter, Peter would be a different person. And
we're all gonna die.
He'll still be a hero, but I don't think he'll be quite as effective because I think Ned is kind of like his little quote unquote conscience. So Ned's important to the story, so I gotta go with Ned for my number 2.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's a lot of moments in those Spider-Man movies that I found myself laughing just because some of the stuff that Ned said or did or reacted to. It's definitely a very good supporting character for sure. So my number 2, I'm going with Owen Wilson's Mobius M. Mobius, and TVA agent from Loki. And I like Owen Wilson. Pretty funny dude.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I like how his arc goes in the story. So Sally, you said you've never seen Loki, right?
I've watched half of the first episode.
Okay, all right. So his arc is good. I mean, he definitely evolves as he goes through what we watch, and things change for this guy. And he starts questioning things, so it gets good. He's also got good chemistry with just about anybody he's on the screen with at that time. It's Owen Wilson. So, but yeah, I'm a fan of the whole time travel thing. Loki ranks up there for me when it comes to the film, or I should say the series on Disney Plus. I think Loki series is up there just because of that. But and the TVA and the whole thing that goes in behind that. But Owen Wilson, Mobius M. Mobius for me. So,
well, Jesse, I'll tell you right now, who should really be number 1 on everybody's list at the end of the day is Sarah Finn. You know what I'm saying? For casting all these fucking people that
right, dude.
You know
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Woo, Sarah Finn.
I will agree. Okay, Renee, finish out number 2 here.
Oh, and she stuck Bill Burr in fucking Star Wars.
Solid choice.
Okay. Okay, my number 2 character would be well, I'm having trouble deciding which one. I'm going to go with Coulson.
Good one.
Very good one.
Really,
yeah.
I just love the actor. Oh God, what's his name?
Clark.
I forget his name. Yeah.
Clark Gregg.
So are you talking about Coulson like in the Avengers film, the original Avengers, or like Coulson from like the show?
What? Yeah, well, both. I mean, the same actor played Phil.
Oh Coulson. yes, of course.
And I just thought, he didn't seem quite as much in the movie because of course he fortunately dies in the Avengers, but he just has a presence there, and that sort of that silly crush he has on Captain America.
Captain America, right?
Yes.
And then of course he gets his own. I mean, I will say this: he got the most screen time. He got 6 seasons there, and and I'll say that about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It has highs and lows. It was like the first season or so you kind of had to plot around through it. But then there was good story arcs in there too that I really enjoyed. So yeah, he's my number 2.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought of that.
Neither would I.
Well, we're rounding it out here, getting into the last round. Number 1, Jeff. We'll start with you, buddy. Back at the top here. What do you got, man?
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you my pick, but this was somebody that was in the field of who I was going to go with.
Due to inflation, one good girl is now worth 1,132.13 bitches.
There you go.
Oh yeah, he's your favorite.
Yep. I think that, he could have definitely had an impact on several of the Marvel properties. But, I mean, either way,
yes.
My number one, don't laugh, Sally. Jesus, really tough. I'd have to say,
I want to see if it matches mine.
Yelena Belova in the Black
Oh,
Widow
there it
film.
is. Yep.
Oh, and
that's
that's
where it
mine
is.
too. Holy shit.
That's mine.
Yeah,
Holy
there you go.
shit.
All right.
Yeah, no explanation. That's it. I'm done.
No explanation. Just gonna leave it at that. Well, we all have to chime in now.
No, hold on. I'll get my drum. I'll get my drum like my boy over there real quick and bang my fucking drum quick.
Right.
Okay. All right. So we need Sally. You said that was number one on your list.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you tell us why?
They just added so much to her character. They really fleshed her out in Hawkeye.
They did.
And I also genuinely love the character. Like,
see, Sally, I told you earlier on the phone that you and I had ESP.
You said, what do we have ESP?
Yes, I know.
Because I told you I have a boyfriend now.
I know. I'm talking shit.
He has a Punisher tattoo, by the way, Kevin. My boyfriend.
Oh my God, really?
Good for him.
Does he have the Punisher's family tattoo?
He can have a 17
It's just like a big graveyard.
Oh God. That would probably take up his entire arm.
All the gravestones say, why?
He could have 3 Punisher tattoos and a 17-inch long dick, and he still wouldn't be able to fuck with shit like I can.
Yeah, because you're a gyno man.
Now that my whole family's dead, I'm going to
Gyno
start
man.
doing stuff.
Gyno man.
Okay, Gyno man.
I know, man.
Because whatever a Gyno man can.
Hey, I was trying to do good. I was trying to do good for society, and I just
Does he fuck? Yes, he does. I want to make his dick turn to dust.
Look out.
This man fucks.
Here comes that gyno man.
It's very depressing when you're very good at something and it causes such damage.
That's a lot of jealousy. Yes.
Wow. All right. Did anybody else have Yelena Belova on their list here?
Nope.
No.
I didn't.
Okay. All right. I had her on mine. So Florence Pugh, one of the few bright spots in the Black Widow movie, but when like you said, when Hawkeye hit and just watching her and the chemistry between her and Haley Steinfeld, that was hilarious. And I mean, she can act, and not only can she nail the seriousness of some roles, and then just throw in those humorous spots, and make you laugh. It's that's why she made it. And there was a bit of a fight at the top here for a couple things. I almost had Lewis at number one, but he ended up getting put down a couple times. So yeah, Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, I am definitely right there with you, Jeff. So that knocked out 3 of us. So Danny J, you were going to be throwing us a curveball. I'm sure of it. Let's hear it.
And you know what? It's funny. I'm going to go backwards, but this character has come forward most recently. And this character was the lead off to the Netflix Marvel series. And I'm going with Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Okay. All right.
Here's a character who held his own throughout his entire series. Here's a character who has still to date the best fight scenes I've seen, period.
Wait a minute.
Movies,
Wait a minute. Danny, is the premise, are you saying that Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin was he was the leading character, and
what are you asking?
Charlie Cox Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil. I'm saying Daredevil.
Well, he was as a secondary character in this in the series?
As a secondary character in the MCU.
Okay.
Because remember now, he was just in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Curveball.
Yes. Yeah, he was. Oh my God.
Yes.
All right, Danny, now I get it.
I love it.
And once again, street level character who is probably the Captain America of street level.
Yeah.
At this
Okay.
point.
Now I agree with you. Now I agree with you, Daddy.
His powers are great. He's a great character. I love his redemption in season 2. Season 3 was okay. I didn't think it was as great as the other two,
He can fight.
But the fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who had a pretty hot girlfriend for being a blind dude. And and nobody had to die. Nobody had to die like the Punisher. No, and then he was a good enough character. And granted, now a lot of this has to do with comic books and stuff like that. But for him to actually make the jump, unlike everybody else, to the MCU.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So think about that for a second too. That the leader of the Defenders is now in the MCU officially. And I think that says something for that entire thing. And it kind of lets you forget about Iron Fist, which was horrible, and just concentrate on Daredevil. That was horrible. But like Daredevil was just a great character who really brought street level to another level.
Did anybody pick Mrs. D'Onofrio?
Who?
I do not. I do not have the Kingpin.
Nope.
Yes,
I
I
don't.
did.
Renee's okay. All right, Renee, hold on to it. You're gonna finish this podcast off then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Kevin, tell us all about it, man. Number one, what morbid?
Yeah.
I have a morbid curiosity as what morbid thing you have planned here.
No. This isn't morbid at all. This is
Okay.
this is the number one. Okay.
Did we skip Sally?
I've heard everybody. No. I've heard everybody out on their number ones, but this is in fact the number one.
The Undertaker that buried all of the Punisher's family.
No.
Damn. Damn, Danny.
Guys gotta work.
The funeral home. No, I'm joking.
The funeral home is a number one character.
I'm going with
oh man. That's too funny.
Fucking Pine Box. Yeah.
I'm going with now you're all gonna be angry you didn't pick this one, all right? I'm just throwing that out there right now.
I promise.
So prepare yourself mentally.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourselves.
Yes.
Stan Lee's many cameos.
Oh man. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That is
It's
not
not
a
that
cop
either.
out. He has been a side character in every goddamn movie.
That might be the best. That might be the best pick all night.
That's the best pick. That's the best pick.
Best pick all night.
This is not a cop out.
That's the best pick ever.
That is the best pick.
Because up until he died, he was in every movie.
Yo,
Yeah, he was, but
yo, Kevin,
not a
I agree with you
character.
100%. That's the best pick all night. Best pick all night.
Okay. Guess I'm wrong.
He was even in Into the Spider-Verse, if you remember.
I am
As an
perfectly
animated
entitled
character.
to my wrong opinion.
Yeah, he sure was.
It's like I don't even have to.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask you to justify that. You know, it's like that's
I
I
mean-
mean, that's all there. That's all you need to say. That's good. That's good
The
stuff.
number
That's some
one,
good stuff,
the number
man.
one side character.
That's some good stuff, bro.
Now, granted, just as a side note or as an honorable mention, and it's not really MCU, but it kind of is now thanks to No Way Home. Aunt May from Tobey Maguire's Sam Raimi universe.
Yeah.
I think was such an influential character. I think she was such a endearing character. And here's someone that really, once again, kept Peter on the ground. And you really loved her. Unlike what's the name's Mary Tyler Moore, who was like, okay, but I thought she was a little bit bullshitty. Like she loses Ben and all of a sudden she becomes a nurse and now she's the only one that knows how to fucking run the hospital. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And then Marissa Tomei, she's just fucking hot. All right. She's too hot to be Peter's aunt. Okay.
Is she 60?
Yeah, way too hot.
Who's that?
Totally agreed.
Is she 60?
She's up there, man. I'm pretty sure.
I know she's up there, man. I know she's
Tomei?
up there. Yeah.
There's no way she's 60. No way. She's like 40s at best.
Well, she's in her 50s.
57.
Yeah.
57. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's close.
That's amazing, man.
What?
That's amazing, man.
I think the
There's
first
no
movie
way.
she did was The Flamingo Kid.
Wow.
That's that far back. Yeah.
Wow.
People go vegan, they just age backwards. Jesus.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what happens.
All right, to found the fountain of youth, and you cannot convince me otherwise. He hasn't aged since like the 90s.
Who was that?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, right. He's.
No, you're totally right on that. 100%. He has not.
He's eternally young.
Yeah.
He still looks like he's in his.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. hasn't aged, and he's that. He's old.
Hey, who's watched the Halo show already? The first episode came out already. Has anybody seen it?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
What the hell is Halo?
That's a video game.
I know. Is that the one with Master Chief?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now I know. I know
Yep.
because Samus is my main.
All right, Will. Let's hear it, man. Number one.
My number one character is going to the comic books. He hadn't made a media appearance as of yet outside of the comics, but I want to see this guy get some love, get some attention. Adam Brashear or Blue Marvel. I want to see him get some love. I want to see him get some attention. His powers are amazing.
Yo, Blue Marvel is powerful as fuck.
Yeah, well, he's powerful as all get out. He was holding his own with Sentry, King Hyperion. He's just amazing, man. Antimatter powers. He is just amazing. He deserves to be to be in a movie TV series. Hey, I'll take a cameo just to see the brother do something.
Did he not appear in like Avengers the animated series?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure
I
Blue
thought
Marvel
he did.
I'm sure Blue Marvel didn't.
Unless it was Marvel. I'm thinking
It was Marvel.
Was it Marvel?
Because you going back to the
first
second
one.
run, the
Or
second run of the
second run of
Avengers.
the first.
Yeah, the
right.
second run
yeah.
of the it was Marvel. But he needs a run, man. I mean, the brother is powerful. He's a positive role model. Military was in the Avengers. Peak conditioned athlete. This powerful. Oh, get out, man! And I'm tired of seeing this dude. This kick ass in the comics, but we can't get him in a Disney Plus show. We can't get him in a Netflix series or even a cameo somewhere. That just pisses me off. That's why I'm sort of kind of glad to see She-Hulk finally get some run, because outside of what she did,
I hope that's good. I really hope that's
me
good.
too, because that's how. Because outside of hope, and I keep saying that she had one good run in the comics. That's it. So I hope I hope that show does well, because I want to see She-Hulk do well, and I want to see Blue Marvel coming to the MCU at some point.
Another honorable mention would be Howard the Duck.
You know what?
Right.
Oh,
You know what? Howard the Duck is
He
awesome.
appeared in what, 2 movies?
Two movies, and he was in What If, and he was in What If too.
3. What If is 3 then?
Yeah, What If is 3, because he did the Black Panther episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No, he
answered
did the
Howard the
Thor
Duck. The
episode.
movie answered
He
such
did the
questions
Thor
like,
I thought it was
what
Black
do
Panther.
tits look
No,
like on
Thor.
a duck?
It was Thor. Okay.
Yes.
Now we know.
Yes.
I thought it was a Black Panther when they got
Those
caught
burning
and they saw him
questions.
suspended.
Thor.
Well, the
yeah, but
first
he married
Howard-
Darcy in Thor.
the first
What if
Howard the
Thor
Duck
didn't have a
movie-
brother.
Right, but I also remember seeing him in an episode of What If when they were talking about Black Panther being Star-Lord. And that,
Oh yeah, that one.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah.
4
Well,
Howard
the
the
first,
Duck.
first Howard the Duck movie, that was like when I was young, very young.
Me
It
too.
was like a really good stoner movie.
Me too.
I mean, that was
It
like
was a
the-
good stoner movie. You're
It
right.
was. It
Oh,
was.
I haven't
That's up
seen
there
it.
with Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Howard the Duck needs some love too. He needs some more love, man.
He does.
Is
Come on,
Mars
man.
Attacks a good stoner movie? I haven't seen it yet.
What?
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Oh,
Ack,
that
ack,
was
ack.
a great movie.
Oh yeah.
That
I
is
haven't
a
seen that
great
yet.
Oh
movie.
yeah. That's
What?
I've never
Mars
seen it.
Mars
No,
Attacks
Mars
is
Attacks.
a
I
great
haven't.
movie.
Absolutely.
Great
I'm
movie.
obsessive over Tim Burton, but I haven't seen it.
I gotta find it.
Great movie.
You
I'll
gotta
find
find
it.
out.
All right, we're finishing up here, Renee. I mean, we kind of spoiled it already, right? But I think you absolutely have a great pick here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what your number 1 MCU supporting character is?
Oh, alrighty, and I will do a little honorable mention real quick, and that would be Sly Stallone as Starkar Ogard, I believe that's his name. Never really depicted in the MCU. Hopefully, maybe down the road, he is actually also Starhawk, which is an awesome
Right.
superhero character that plays a. I think he's more involved with the Adam Warlock sort of side of the story. But anyway, my number 1 would, of course, is going to be Kingpin. And Vincent, and can you say his name for me? Vincent
D'Onofrio.
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 Yeah.
Not for you.
D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio. he is just so wonderful in that, and he really and I've mentioned this before, but he does a cross between John Huston's Noah Cross and of course Orson Welles' Charles Foster Kane. So he sort of combined the two characters and created Kingpin out of that.
And he was also great on Law and Order too.
I'm sorry.
He was also great on Law and Order.
He was the only good criminal intent detective.
He was the best of the best in Law and Order.
I have
and he was the big bad in Men in Black.
Yeah. He was. Yep.
I have an honorable mention too.
Okay.
But anyway,
LARP
I was going to say, talking about, he was also the Bug in
Men in Black.
Men in Black. You know, that one where he's just the skin. You know, the skin just gets looser and looser. And like I said, he's just a wonderful actor, and he really made. I think I would have picked Daredevil, but I didn't use Danny J's criteria. But that would have been my number one. But based on that, but I'm going to go with Kingpin.
And that's a good choice because when you go back and look at how all the characters spin off and involve themselves in Kingpin at some point. I mean, you even had Daredevil with Kingpin, Spidey with Kingpin. It was just amazing how everybody gets their own little run with Kingpin. He branches out to almost everybody important in the MCU.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, real quick, I just want to point out that that's a great pick, Renee. Like Kevin, your Stan Lee pick was the best pick of the night.
Yeah,
like Renee probably came in second with like Kingpin.
Okay, thank you.
Because honestly, in Daredevil season 1, Kingpin Vincent D'Onofrio he should have won a fucking like Emmy for that shit.
Right.
And Kevin, for having the best pick of the night. Kevin, for having the best pick of the night, Jeff's going to send you a black penis.
Well, how about that?
I don't know if you won.
It's on your way. Look under your seat. Look under your seat, everybody.
Yes.
Under your seat, everybody. It's a big black penis.
Just a large black penis.
So I guess Jeff has one to give.
Fuck you, Stephen Bumble. Fuck you.
I guess he has one to give because
Mailman's gonna be rolling around with a BBC in his hand. Yeah, it's
all right.
Poor guy.
All right, yes, Sally. I know you said you got yourself an honorable mention. What was that?
The live action role play group in Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, that was entertaining.
Oh, okay.
I like them.
Okay.
I like them.
Yes, the LARP group was so good.
Right.
Hated Hawkeye.
You hated Hawkeye.
I hated it. I hate Hawkeye.
I wasn't expecting it because I hate Christmas.
William, don't get started on Hawkeye. I'm
I'm
tired of people fucking talking shit to me about your fucking Hawkeye hating, man.
I wasn't expecting to like it because it was set around Christmas, and I
had to
fucking hate that holiday.
My girl Kat on Geek Gauntlet got me to change the perspective from looking at it from Hawkeye to Kate, and once I looked at it from the viewpoint of Kate Bishop's origin story, then it was a little bit more enjoyable to me. But Hawkeye as character, nope.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I think that concludes. Hey, it was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much for bringing me on here and putting up with me. I appreciate it. Absolutely 100%. Jeff,
we got to do this again.
And on time, too.
We
on time. 10:56, baby.
Give it up
we
for
got to do this again. This
Give
was
it up
fun.
for Jesse, man. On time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
This was fun. We got to do this again, y'all.
Yeah.
I just want to just point out real quick that really at the end of the day, it's an honor to be able to like reach out to other creators like Jesse and William and like Danny and whatnot, and be able to like extend my hand and be like, hey, come fucking run my show. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know what? Like, that's the ultimate respect.
It always sounds dirty when he fucking gives a compliment.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rub my show. Rub it slow.
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes when you're rubbing my show.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Precisely.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, don't send me off like this. I can't stop.
Can we have a moratorium for like the Punisher's family now?
A moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
I'll tell you what, y'all. I'll tell you what. Let's be really fucking cool tonight and not plug anything and just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Cool with me.
There you go.
Cool with me.
Like a